Hey guys, welcome back to another one. This is Crypto Elite, and today's video we are going to be talking about a set of news stories from the overall crypto space that caught my attention. One of them has to do with the Trump NFTs, which is very big. But before we get there, I did want to talk about my channel going forward in the year 2023. And I think this is going to be something totally different. I may make another video here in the future just so everyone's on the same page, a video dedicated just to this. But if you've seen my videos in the past, you know I am heavily into THETA and make a lot of videos on THETA, but I am going to start switching that up in 2023. As you've seen from my thumbnails over the past couple months, I've been kind of trying to figure out the best way to go forward, and I think this is it. As you see from my video yesterday, I am starting to put my portfolio value there, as well as the title of the content that I'm going to talk about in the video. And I think that is big going forward, just being 100% open source and showing you what I do have. Now I'm still going to hold a little bit back for the Patreon members, so this will be my main portfolio. I'll show you this, but Patreon members will still be able to see when I purchase actively, and then this is just going to be my main portfolio. I still have a separate portfolio that the Patreon members do have access to, and that is my cryptos that I foresee that are going to 10x in the next bull run cycle. So I am investing in those cryptos as well. This is a very long-term view, and this portfolio I will say will be 7 figures one day, and this is my journey to get into that first million. So that is what I am going to start doing from here on out. And like I said, I think I'm going to make a dedicated video about that, just so everyone's on the same page and the expectations are laid out. But like I said, in today's videos, I have a set of news stories for you. That first one has to do with Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is starting to go up. And if you're unfamiliar with Bitcoin dominance, it is looking at the market cap of Bitcoin and comparing it to all of the different altcoins put together. And from the Bitcoin dominance, we can start to see when people are starting to focus more on BTC or Bitcoin and not as much in the altcoins. And that means that the crypto winter is really here if all the investors are starting to look at altcoins as bad investments for the short or medium term, and they just want to cycle all their money back into BTC because it's not going to bleed as much as the rest of the overall market. So right now, if we zoom out to 1 month, we can definitely see that the Bitcoin dominance is rising. And if we go back to 1 year, it is indeed, in the 1 year, it looks like it's kind of steady, but for the past couple months, the Bitcoin dominance is rising. And if the crypto winter is here to stay around, we can expect this number to continue to rise as well. Now, historically, if we look at the all-time view, Bitcoin dominance is not that high, but a lot has changed since the years of 2015, 16, 17, and 18. So we can expect to probably see that Bitcoin dominance continue to rise to that 50% range. And that is just something just showing that we're still in the crypto market and people are still invested, but their money is much more safer with Bitcoin than some of those luxurious exotic altcoins right now. So that's the first thing I want to talk about. The next thing I want to talk about has to do with Italy. They actually just passed some legislation on cryptocurrency, which is good and bad. The bad thing about it is that you have to pay 26% capital gains tax on crypto gains in 2023 and beyond, which, like I said, there's pros and cons because a lot of the things that investors and big institutions were waiting for is litigation on what is the good, what's the bad with crypto. And now it's starting to finally come out, and 26% capital gains tax is a lot. So if you make $1,000, 260 of that, about a quarter of it, is going to pay for taxes, which, like I said, is a lot. So the 26% rate applies to gains from crypto trading if they exceed 2,000 euros, which there is a cap there, but if you're making gains from cryptos, hopefully it is more than $2,000 at a time. So it is going to hit most people. And then according to the new rules, losses from crypto investments can be deducted from the profits and be carried forward, which once again, that is just unmuddying the water and making it a little bit more clear for everyone, which is good. And then investors, however, may require some additional guidance on what qualifies as a taxable event. As the document also says, the exchange between crypto assets having same characteristics and functions doesn't constitute as a fiscal case. So there's a lot of question marks there. Is Ethereum and Polygon, because they're very, very similar, are those two like kind? And if you make a gain and swap from Ethereum to Polygon, does that count as a taxable event? I'm not sure. So a lot of the litigation still has to come out, but at least right now they have hit us with a 26% crypto capital gains tax. So that's the second thing I wanted to talk about. The last thing I want to talk about has to do with Trump and the NFTs that he just recently unveiled and sold. If you're unfamiliar with it, well, check it out. It's an OpenSea, so you can go and buy your Trump NFT right now. There's a bunch of them, which is actually pretty neat. I did not see this coming whatsoever, but this article and headline, I think it's a little bit hiding the truth. There's an agenda here. Trump NFTs crater with daily sales down 98% from the peak. The one thing they really don't say is that the Trump NFTs, when they initially listed, it was at 0.1 ETH. The floor price right now is 0.1 ETH, so almost double the initial price. Of course, the volume has gone down, but that is, synonymous with pretty much anything. There's a lot of hype built up around something, and then the volume normally trends down afterwards. But the fact that we're in a crypto bear market and NFTs are still selling higher than their initial list price, I think is pretty impressive. Whether it is something that you want to purchase or not, me personally, I look for utility, and I know there's some sort of raffle behind these NFTs. I haven't looked them up too much, but there's not that real utility that I'm looking for. So I am not personally going to purchase one, but I do think, and I just wanted to share it with everyone, that Trump, once again, president and now in NFT sales, has been crushing it. So that is what I wanted to leave you with, those three news stories, as well as how I am going to change my channel for the future. And with that being said, like I said in the beginning, if you're interested in the cryptos that I am purchasing, I do have a Patreon out there, and I am purchasing cryptos that are going to 10x in the next bull market. So if you put $100 in now, I expect $1,000 coming up soon, and you can follow my journey in this Patreon right here. If not, I'll like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll see you on the next one.